Gary, Shrewsbury away tomorrow evening. Obviously, we spoke on Saturday after that fantastic point against Bolton. Is there any final reflections from that you wanted to add to what you said on Saturday night?
Yeah, look, I think everyone's seen second half a huge reaction from the players. They were fantastic in how they went about, getting back into the game, taking the lead. Disappointing aspect, I think we could have scored that third goal and probably finished the game off in that period. Then Bolton came strong later in the game. We defended extremely well and disappointing to lose a late goal. But overall, I think it was probably a fair result. I think it was a very good point against a very good team. But we have to kind of put that to bed now and move on to Shrewsbury.
Did it feel to you like a point gained or two lost? I think if I'd asked you at half time, you probably would have said we'd take a point from it. But then to see how we played in the second half, it probably felt like a kick in the teeth to concede so late.
Yeah, it's funny. We always have, in our pre-mortems before the game, we kind of have a say and respect the point. It was something Graham Barrow taught me when I was kind of a young manager at Wigan. He always said, a point can be really big. So we have this phrase, respect the point, but it doesn't ever seem to go like that. You always want to win games, but I think in the end against a very good Bolton team, I think it was a good point. But I always think that after drawing a game, it's what you do in the next game that makes it a good point. So if we can go and win on Tuesday night, then it becomes a very good point. So it is what it is. We've got a point from the game. We have to move on and we have to put all our focus onto Shrewsbury and another big performance.
What do you make of Shrewsbury this season? If you look at the table, we're next to each other on the table. We've scored one more goal than them. We've conceded exactly the same, and very, very similar seasons, it seems.
Yeah, I think it's, as every League One game, I think it's a very difficult game away from home. Where obviously there's a lot of teams down in that area that are fighting for points. So we know it's going to be a really tough challenge, but we have to be ready for what's coming. They are a big physical team. I think they don't really particularly look to get possession of the ball. They're a team that hurts you on transition. They're a team that is very good at set plays. So we're clear on what we need to do. We're going to work on it today with the players. And I think the big thing is that mentality and the front foot approach that we had in the second half. We have to start with that, and we have to dominate the game with the ball, but by playing it in the right areas and trying to hurt Shrewsbury as much as possible.
With that, then, do you expect them to not sit back as such, but be a very, very hard team to break down?
Yeah, I think they'll be really difficult. The home game here was a 0-0, where not many chances in the game. So from that point of view, yeah, I think it will be a challenge for us to break them down. They're very good defensively. Like I said, they've got a physicality in the team. But I think it's important when we have the ball, we have it in the right areas, and we understand that when we do have the ball, we can still be at our most vulnerable because they can hurt us on transition. So the players have to know that and have that clarity and be really positive when we do have the ball and try and create as many chances as we can to score goals.
In the context of the league table, Shrewsbury on Tuesday, Burton on Saturday, does it feel like this could be a defining week of the season?
Yeah, I'm sure the supporters are looking at it as kind of games where teams round about us, they're big. We look at it as the next game. We look at it as 9 big games to go, where we want to pick up as many points as we can. I don't think that the next game will define our season. I think it's important we perform at the levels we've shown second half against Bolton, Peterborough the week before. We need to focus on that, and if we do that, then I'm sure we can pick up a lot of points in the remaining 9 games.
Do you think you've perhaps seen a different side to your team in recent weeks? We've spoken before about how heads have dropped after conceding, and it doesn't seem like that's been the case in the last few games.
I think we've developed all season. I think this was a new group of players that got put together in the summer that had a fantastic start, a difficult period before Christmas, and then since Christmas, I think we've been very good. And I think the team is still developing and finding ways to obviously come back into a game. That team spirit is still growing. So I think we're still a developing team that has big potential. And when we get it right, like we did second half, we can be a very, very good team in this league.